I'm Aby Goodman here at the Legends of Tennessee football camp with the brain mastermind behind this camp,
Yes,
Jabari Davis, also known as Juice, also known as the Gator Killer, three-time player of the week for the SEC. I mean, the list goes on and on for this guy. Juice, tell me a little bit about this Legends of Tennessee camp. How did you come up with it?
Well, I came up with it in 2018. Coach Former had a camp called the Former Hall of Fame camp. It was a beautiful event for 3 days. He got former Vols back together. He got us back in the community working with kids. And we just really had a lot of fun. But unfortunately, Coach Former got the athletic directing job in 2017. And when I approached him about it again, he said that he couldn't do it. But since I was the director of his camps, he said, Jabari, you do a great job working with the youth, working with kids. I want you to do something on your own and keep that brotherhood and that bond going. So I decided on some names. What should I call it? The VFL, Letterman Camp, or something like that. Then I thought to myself, hey, let's call it the Legends Camp, because every coach has had a legendary moment at Tennessee. I don't care if it's something from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We all made an impact to make that power team stand tall and strong and be one of the most elite programs in football history. So wanted to do something different, but keep former balls back working together, networking with one another, and back in the community, coaching kids the right way. You see now, everybody's trying to destroy the game of football. And in Tennessee, football is everything to us. In Knoxville, that stadium is the heartbeat of the state. And I take pride in that. So I wanted to do something to give back to the kids, coach them up the right way, let's inspire them the right way. Not just about football, but about life and teaching academic success as well.
And how do you go about teaching these kids, academically how to succeed, football-wise how to succeed? How do you go about teaching them these lessons in this camp?
The game of football has so many life lessons involved in it. At first, we always tell the kids, we know half of you guys would like to play at Tennessee one day. So to play at that level one day, it's not all about how good you are on the football field. You gotta be a elite student athlete first. So you gotta get your grades right. You gotta have academic success. You gotta be a leader in the classroom first before you can be a leader on the field. You gotta have a business mindset academically, because the only way that you will be allowed to play at a University of Tennessee or any type of big school is that you got to pass your ACTs, your SATs, and you got to have a certain GPA. So kids need to learn that now so we can get that drilled into their head how important academic success is. So we're teaching them at 6 to 14 so they can already learn the wisdom and knowledge how important those grades are.
And that being said, you are teaching them from 6 to 14. You have a younger part of the camp and an older part of the camp. What makes it so important, and what would you tell these parents to make them bring their kids out here so they could understand how important and impactful this camp is?
To really get them out the house, cut off that video game, cut off that cell phone. Kids learn more when they're outside doing teamwork activities. It's football, 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 but we want to build quality, strong young men, young women. Uh, Anytime you're around a lot of people with knowledge and wisdom, it's always good to be around those people. My grandmother always told me, if you hang around 6 dummies, you're going to be the 7th one. but if you hang around some good people that have a lot of knowledge on what it takes to be successful, if you want to be that type of player, if you want to be that type of businessman, or whatever you want to be, you got to be around that type of crowd. So if your child has dreams and visions of being a successful student athlete, or playing at University of Tennessee, or having dreams of playing big time football one day, I don't care if it's what level it is, you need to be around guys that can help him get there and that can help him be in his ear so he can hear it. A lot of these kids, they hear it from dad, they hear it from uncle, they hear it from mom, but it goes in one ear and out the other. But when they come to us, it's a different meaning for them, because their parents remember us, and when they see us on YouTube, or we tell them to look at our highlight videos and read different articles about them, it'll click for a lot of kids. So, you know, I advise all parents, cut off the video games, take away the cell phones, get your kid in activities, summer camps, spring camps, keep them working. It will go hand in hand with academic success as well.
Absolutely. Now, if there was one thing that you had to say is the most important thing that you want these kids to take away from this camp, what would it be?
Just learn that, you know, anything in life is not going to be easy. You got to put hard work down, you got to put the discipline down, and you got to be self-motivated. So that's one thing that a lot of great football players have is that drive. So we want to let kids know, hey, even if you mess up, it's okay. These camps are about learning, developing fundamental skills. You're going to take more losses than you are wins in this game and in life. So if you can learn how to get knocked on the ground and get back up and continue to fight and give unbelievable effort, that's all that matters. So it's all about life skills as well. And that's what a great game of football teaches. Because in football, it's one of the only sports, it takes 11 men doing their job for you to have a great play. And if you take those skills and if you apply them in school, look how much easier kids can tend to work well with one another, understanding their role. That's what's wrong with the world now. People don't understand their role. People want to be the boss all the time. People want to make all the money. They don't know how to work in a team work bonding type of area. But these camps, we teach that. We teach kids about leadership, supporting one another. So it's a lot of great skill set that we teach.
And last question for you, Coach, and I'll let you go back to the high schoolers and help you, and you can finish working with them. What do you think, as a former volunteer, well, you're a VFL, but as a VFL, as someone that's been through the volunteer football program, what do you think, how do you think your voice is heard for these kids? How do you think it translates to these younger athletes throughout this camp?
Because we were in their shoes, particularly myself. I'm one of the youngest coaches on the staff. I was in their shoes 16, 17 years ago. So I can see myself in them. I know what it takes. I know how you can't waste time in high school. Every year you got to have some type of purpose to that year, academically and athletically. And, if they can hear it from me, somebody that's lived it and experienced it, it can help them be overall better student athlete because I was in your shoes, man. I looked up to some of the older coaches that played in the 80s. So they learn, they teach you knowledge as well. So you got so many different eras, so many different coaches that played at UT at a high level, and you're able to soak all of that information in and ball it up, and it can change your life forever. So just us living in their shoes and, just experiencing the same type of things that they're going through, we're able to have that connection with those guys.
Yeah, and that connection is so important because it gives them the ability to not only take what you're saying, but also apply it.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Juice.
Exactly.
And
thank you for coming out.
yeah, thank you for having me. I'm Aby Goodman, and this is Jabari Davis. Where can they find you on Twitter? Or socials, I should say.
Here we go. I'm going to give you my social media stuff right now. On Twitter, I'm Jabari Davis _VFL. Our website is utlegendscamp.com. You can find our camp cities where we will be traveling to. Next, we have a huge 3-day camp coming up in June. We have about 10 former Vols. We have some current NFL Vols there. We'll have some social things that we'll be doing throughout the city that night with the kids. My Facebook is Train. Back in the day, Tennessee fans used to call me the J Train, but I'm retired.
That's a new one.
I'm just a little engine now. So, Train Davis on Facebook. I don't really do the Instagram so much, but Twitter and Facebook have all my information. UT Legends Camp is the website for all the details and next things that we'll be doing with the brand. But we're enjoying it. We love coming out to different cities all over the state of Tennessee and giving back.
Well, thank you so much, Jabari. I'm Aby Goodman. We are once again at the Legends of Tennessee football camp with this guy's camp. It's been a great time. Thank you for having me out.
Thank you.
If you're looking to find me, I'm at Aby with 1B on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you guys so much.